Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and the mini set launched just, well, today, but yesterday when you're watching this, and I'm just sick of this crap. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of every single time we have a new patch, the game breaks, and worse than ever. It seems to be getting worse than ever, and there's people defending this blindly on Twitter. Like, it's crazy. We're gonna get into it, but I want to go over the positive stuff before we get into literally two cards that are broken in the game and one that is making it an absolute nightmare in standard to the point where I didn't even bother playing it because it's awful. Anyways, starting off with the good. The patch launched and you log in and you can see you can do the new Book of Heroes like Fail and Adventure. That's available. Lots of stuff to do there. You can earn a bunch of achievements. There's card back packs. It's all free. Can be difficult to do. I think Old Guardian already put out a video on tips on how to beat it, so check that out if you need some help, but pretty cool that that's there. I haven't touched it myself yet, but I'll get to it. I gotta do all the achievements as always. The new feature for your deck where you can add more than 30 cards to your deck is live, which is really cool. You can just add some cards, remove them, and, you know, play the ladder with whatever you want later on. That's pretty awesome. I love that feature. I'm looking forward to using it more. Mercenary saw an update. There's a bunch of new mercs. There's also a free one in the shop. So if you're interested in mercenaries, you can get that in the shop right now. It's free. Still no coin changing, pity timer on packs, so still not really going to go too in-depth about mercenaries anytime soon. And I was also lucky I was able to open all the mercenaries I was missing with free packs from tasks, but once I'm out and I'm down to like 18, I think I'm done getting all the achievements and mercenaries because I'm not spending a dime until that is fixed. There was also 3 new portraits added to the shop for Rogue. It's like this trollish lady, and then there's a Medivh for Mage and an MZ one for Warlock. The Rogue one didn't look great to me. Her voice lines are whatever, but the animation on the weapon is pretty cool. Mage, it looks cool, but the voice lines are weird. Some of them are new and some are reused. It's like they half-assed it and feels kind of bad, but it does look really nice. And then you have the Warlock portrait, which I haven't used yet, but it's Nemzi. I'm sure she's an annoying, trollish little girl, which she always is. Hopefully it has unique voice lines. So normally this is when I'd go into a rant about what, or, you know, talk about what's the meta like. Did the mini set have a big impact? And honestly, I heard almost nothing about mini set cards unless they were bugged, because yes, the game is completely dominated by bugs and issues, and it's just not acceptable, man. This is a 70 or 60 billion dollar company, Activision Blizzard, and they constantly release their game in a broken state. Let's go over the bugs. We're going to start off with the ones that don't matter as much and go into the ones that are absolutely just unacceptable. So starting off, this one was recently reported by Memnarch that Spreading Madness is bugged where now it only hits the first target for some reason. Card's still crap and probably could use the buff, but that's a bug. Card backs are no longer working. Everybody just has the basic card back. Again, cosmetic, not a big issue, but a little bit silly that happens. This one has been resolved that I'm going to mention, but initially, for some reason, there was 2 remote controlled golems in the game. You might not be aware if that's a card, but for some reason in your collection it showed up as 2 cards, so they stopped you from being able to open standard packs and certain other packs. I think Stormwind packs, I'm not sure. So that was bugged for a while. You could open packs, but that should be resolved now. Frontlines, I had to do this card for achievement hunting, does not work properly, at least the way it's worded. You would think that it would summon a minion no matter what, and then it would test to see if the board is full and then continue to summon or not. But my opponent's board was full. I cast a spell, nothing came out. So card's even worse than I thought, because the wording, if that's how it's supposed to work, then the wording doesn't make sense, because it says originally summon a minion and then it'll check, and then if the board is full, then it'll repeat, right? So it's like Spreading Plague. You get at least a 1/5 Scarab and then it'll repeat for every opposing minion, but it just doesn't work at all if the opponent's board is full. And then a Shatter Shambler. This card does procs Necron Blade for some reason. So if you played a Shatter Shambler and then you play Necron Blade, your weapon will blow up and the death rattle will go off. So hopefully you have a death rattle on the board, but I think Kat mentioned this one and it cost her an arena run, so that feels pretty bad. But regardless, those are more of minor bugs. That's kind of expected. But then we have these two. These two are just, I'm gonna go with the one that's the most unacceptable in my opinion. The one that's most unacceptable is Snapdragon, this card. It's a 3-mana 3/3. It's a card that came out in this mini set. So if they're playtesting, which I'm not going to get into it, but if they're playtesting, which they should be, they should playtest if Snapdragon works on battle cries, and also if it works only on battle cry minions, because yeah, it'll buff your hero card, it'll buff your weapon, and your hero card will give your hero permanent attack. That's right. So yeah, that's bugged. That's a pretty bad one, which is pretty basic. And it's not like it's one of these old cards that, oh, whoops, we missed something. It happens. Like, whatever, it happens. Okay. But no, that one happened. And I just like, I don't get how that one doesn't get caught. I just don't get it. But okay. And then this one, bioluminescence. You know how this says give your minions spell damage +1? That's a lie. It gives your minions now spell damage +2. Why? Who knows? But it does. And while Burn Shaman was already like a tier 2, close to tier 1 deck, yeah, it's all over ladder. I saw this tweet from Luna asking, is High Legend ladder just basically bug abusers, shaman abusers? And the reply to her was like, yeah, 80% of players. And yeah, the game literally, I don't have a good sense of what the meta's like because of these bugs. They're just dominating everything. That's all people are talking about. Normally my Twitter timeline is filled with new decks and all sorts of cool stuff to try out. It was just bugs. And while there was Twitter drama between me and somebody else because somebody else was like calling out players for don't cheat, don't use these bugs, I'm like, it's not cheating. It's a bug in the game. You should be getting after Blizzard to fix these bugs, right? Like, they're releasing a faulty product. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Plus, we've seen in the past, like Igzar, he played Maxima, Blastenheimer, and Cthulhu on ladder, which was a bug where, at the time, if you had Cthulhu in your deck and you played Maxima, it would deal 30 damage and basically kill your opponent. It was a really cool bug. It was spectacular. People played it. People didn't get banned over it. We just had that bug fix for Nelly where you could see the pirates in their whole, like, the 2/6 taunt, right? Was that a bug exploitation for looking at those pirates or whatever? We had people abusing, like, disconnects and reconnecting. Is that cheating? We don't punish that. And also, people like to play Burn Shaman. It's a good deck. All of a sudden, you're not allowed to play Bioluminescence, maybe your favorite deck, because Blizzard messed up and it's bugged. What should be happening is you should be immediately hotfixing, and we saw the precedent with Sphere of Sapience. They can ban cards in a hotfix, ban Bioluminescence, ban Snapdragon until they're properly fixed and they're not bothering the ladder. So I put out, tweets to say we should be, putting pressure on the company to give them more resources for QA. Obviously, they need more help because every patch there's a new game-breaking bug that slips through. More help's gotta help. Maybe they can even invest in like a PTR, a test realm where players can sign an NDA and test things, have more people, more hands on deck trying to catch these things so that the game comes out more polished. And I kid you not, I'm not going to name names because there's no point in it, and don't go flame anybody over this, but I kid you not, I was called not a virtue signaler, I was called clout chasing, toxic, and all sorts of things for just saying we should go after the company for getting a better product out. For not having so many bugs. Let's get it better. And I didn't even single out devs because I think the dev team's great. I think they do all they do with the time and resources they have, but it's obviously they're either overworked, understaffed, underutilized, underpaid, whatever. But yet I'm still accused of flaming devs, all this stuff. It's crazy. I think Hearthstone universe is the only universe where the customer is never right. Because in any other profession, if they would serve you like at a restaurant, like a moldy sandwich, and be like, you know what? I don't want this moldy sandwich. Can I get another one? They would come back if it was a Blizzard Hearthstone thing. They'd be like, oh, we're aware that your sandwich is moldy. How dare you ask about that? We will replace it eventually. You sit there and take it. Even though you paid money, just sit there. Like that's what it is to me. It's crazy. I bought this golden mini set that, by the way, is put as the first option when you log in. Not predatory whatsoever. I bought the golden mini set, premium value, and I don't even get a proper working product. I think as a customer, I'm entitled to be able to say, can you please prevent this from happening again? Obviously, they want things to come out right, but at the same time, it's been apparent for a very, very long time this is not working, and if they can't take that criticism, I don't know how it's ever gonna get better if they're just going to say, just sit back and take it and wait, because we've been doing that forever now. This is just unacceptable. And just put in the comments below if you want. What are other major games that have a billion-dollar parent company backing it that constantly have major releases with not just minor bugs, but game-breaking, game-altering bugs constantly that update regularly? I don't hear about it in any other games this often, not even close. But Hearthstone, you're lucky lately if you go one patch without it. These bugs will be hotfixed later this week, according to Blizzard, so at least there is that. So at the end of the day, something needs to change. I know Regis has chimed in. A lot of people chimed in to support me, by the way. It was the usual circle jerk of people that always go after me, that Blizzard literally can never do any wrong. I'm used to it. I'm okay with it. I don't go back at it. I don't engage. I don't insult anybody. I don't flame anybody, even if they want to say I do. But I'm not going to back down. If we pay for a product, we just expect the bare minimum for our product to at least work most of the time. And right now, it's pretty seldom and it takes way too long to fix. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay bug free, my friends.